Hey guys, so today we're going to unbox the PetPivot Autoscooper 11. This is a self-cleaning litter box. I picked it up on Amazon. This is not a sponsored video in any way. This is one I actually bought because I'm getting ready to go on vacation, and I promised Calvin I'd find some way to hopefully help out with cleaning the litter box while I'm gone. So let's go ahead and open this up, take a look at it. I see a lot of reviews online about it, but I also know that judging by the reviews I was seeing, I think they were sending these out to a lot of people and they were just giving them 5 stars for nothing. So I'm hoping it's going to work out great, but at the same time, I don't have my hopes too high because this is a sub $200 litter box. Everything I'm looking at is usually over 400, 500, 600 and on up like that. I just don't have the money to do that kind of a thing. So I figured, let's try this. If it works, great. If it doesn't, it's not going to completely bankrupt me on it. Anyway, without any further ado, let's go ahead and open it up and see what we got. Anyway, it's going to have our quick start guide. Take a quick peek at that. Looks pretty straightforward. Looks like it's just all going to come out one piece, so let me kind of pull this off camera for a moment and put it up on the desk. There we go. That was everything in one shot. There's nothing left in the inside the box. So it looks like there's going to be a mat to place underneath it, which is cool. That'll help keep down any key litter being tracked out. That looks like it's going to be with the waste bin, some bags for the waste bin, and the AC adapter. Got some important tips here. I will go back through and read everything after the fact to make sure I've got everything for myself. And sorry about my little dog barking in the background. I think we got some wild animals that are coming out on the porch. So she's thinking she's protecting us. We get a lot of raccoons and such out here. Okay, so I'm going to read through that here shortly. Looks like we got the legs in here. Looks like they're just going to attach by clipping into the body. And then some kind of a little bracket there. This is one of the things I was noticing whenever I was buying it. I didn't know if that was plastic or what, but it feels like it's some kind of a material. I'm going to guess it's going to be made to be water resistant or waterproof, I hope, because that wouldn't make any sense if it wasn't. But I know why they have something like that, so that when it turns, it can flop and get rid of the extra, any kind of damp material that's going through this cleaning cycle. Anyway, let me go ahead and pull it up here real quick and pull the plastic off it and start getting the legs put on. I'm going to reference this quick start guide right off camera here. And it looks like the legs are to be faced outward. There we go. And let me just go through the rest of it here. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn this over. We're going to go ahead and open this up. The top comes off of the base, where then you can put a bag. Okay, so as you're rolling these bags out, there's a perforation right here. Yep, there we go. At least there's a perforation through part of it. There we go. Okay, finally found the end of it. I'm just going to set this up here so we can see what's going on. Okay, so what I understand is you can use kitchen bags, or even like grocery store, the plastic grocery store type bags to place into this. Let's bring it over. Okay, so if I'm making sense of the instructions, it's telling me to get my camera turned back on here. Feed that part over that, so the drawstring is behind there, and then bring the drawstring through that slot right there. I think I still would want to just go with a different type of bag, to be honest with you. See how this seals up now. Okay, that one clicked in place. See if this one will click in place. Yep, clicks in place. So now the bag is there. Perfect. And then it just feeds in. Helps if I have it the right way around, I guess. I thought that was the right way around. There we go. Perfect. So that's now in place. It says to remove this piece here. Okay, so now I'm noticing warnings here that I've never heard of before. Not suitable for cats under 6 months, pregnant or nursing cats, or cats weighing less than 3 pounds, as it may be dangerous. Okay. Use this product in a cool, dry place, indoors, avoiding exposure to direct sunlight to prevent component aging. Okay. Well, now that we've got that, and a random piece of plastic right here that I'm not sure where it came from, let's take a look at the next thing we do. It says to place the litter box, power it on, add cat litter, level the cat litter. So let's go ahead and power it on first. So the cord is a braided cord to the power adapter. The power outlet appears to be here on the side, and it does have the information there as far as their patent and all that. I'm going to go ahead and plug that in right here. We will touch this button here. I'm going to put it back a little bit so you can see the power light, because I think the power light's going to be right here. It does appear to have a weep hole right there. I'm guessing in case any liquids get underneath that base to it. Okay. Well, I thought it was done, but I guess it's not. Okay, so now it appears that it has finished doing its initial setup. So before I put the key litter in it, one question I have on my mind is there going to be any pinch points on it? So I'm going to go ahead and do the cleaning cycle on this by poking this button here. It looks like a little brush or broom. This over here, as you saw, you know, it's pretty much, while we were facing that direction, looked like everything was pretty sealed up for the most part. I'm curious what's going to happen once it gets down here for the dumping portion of it. Now maybe I'm incorrect, maybe I'm going the wrong direction on this. Maybe I am wrong, maybe it's going to dump out this other way? That wouldn't make sense if it did. Okay, so it looks like this time it's actually going to go into dumping because it sounds like the engine kind of changed tones, like it's intending to go, like it's going to take a complete load out of it or something. From what I understand, this doesn't look right. Okay, I guess maybe to let things do whatever it's going to do. This is what I'm wondering about here, because this is where I'm thinking it's going to dump out any of the clumps, because it is going to be using a clumping kitty litter. Your loose kitty litter is going to go inside there, and then all the clumps are going to be funneled off of this. Okay, see this right here? That's what's got me worried about if any cats playing around or anything, if it would cause any problems. I'm just going to kind of push. Okay, didn't take a lot of pressure. I wonder if there's any kind of a fault light. Let's look it up. No, but does it have a visual sensor there, maybe? Yeah, it does. It's got a sensor right here. So don't know if you can see it here. There's a sensor right down here that apparently if something blocks it, it stops it. Okay. Well, at least it's got some kind of a safety thing to it. That's what had me worried, whether it was going to have any kind of a safety precaution to it. So it does have something there that will stop it from crushing something if it's there. That's what had me really worried about it. Because I do have a few cats that are very playful, that love to just get in the middle of things. I feel better about it now. Because that had me worried, I won't lie. Okay. Well, now that I'm feeling better about it, I'm going to go ahead and dump this kitty litter into it. And it does have a minimum and maximum. Of course, I'm going to go to the maximum capacity on it. And then we'll go through the leveling deal. Then I'm going to set it up for the cats. And it's probably going to be 2 weeks before I get back to this video to do a follow-up, you know, as far as what's going on with it. I'm going to do it all in one video for you guys. It's not going to be a part 2 or nothing. But I wanted to do this preliminary setup. I wanted to see if there was any kind of safety precaution, because if there wasn't a safety precaution, this was going to go right straight back in the box and get sent right back. But now that I see that there is a safety precaution to stop it so that nothing will get crushed, I feel safe enough that I'm going to go ahead and get it set up. So let me grab that key litter real quick. We'll do a leveling procedure on it, and then we'll go from there. And I'm just going to go with Tidy Cat clumping cat litter with Glade in it. Okay, reduce some of the smell. Now, I won't lie, I'm kind of worried that maybe some of the cats won't use this. So I am going to go ahead and keep our old cat box going while they're getting used to this one. I'll probably go ahead and keep 2 cat boxes anyway. So now that this is set up, let me go ahead and touch this button here. That's going to be for the leveling. Listening to that motor, I don't know how long this is going to last, to be honest with you, but if it gets me through the next couple weeks, I'm going to be happy. Yeah, it looks like that was pretty much to the max right there. Perfect. Anyway, I'll get it set up for our cats, and then let me get back to you here in a week or two, and let's see how everything went. Okay, so today is 8/17/2025. It is 6 months later, and it has been just working perfect. Way better than I ever imagined it would. I did have an issue with this one little idler wheel. It's was jammed up by some dust from the kitty litter that just kind of got in there and stuck. I did free it up shortly after this. You'll see this one rolls just fine. That one was jammed up. About a minute later, I had it running. The staining on the material itself, there's a little bit of staining. Once again, this is 6 months later. I did hose it out with a garden hose just fine. As you can hear, the motor still runs just fine. I definitely didn't expect it to still last like this, but it's been working great. So you remember the one piece of plastic that I found on the base of it? That was the piece of plastic was apparently for that one end of that. I will tell you, in order to keep the staining down to a minimum on the material, use a quality cat litter. This one worked fine for me. I did try a cheaper brand to cheap out one time, and that's where a lot of the staining came from, because it allows it to stick to the material instead of just clumping up and being filtered out like it should be. Once again, you can hear the motor. It sounds exactly like it did back 6 months ago. Kitty litter, just this tidy cat with the Glade just seems like it's worked really good for us, so that's something I'm going to definitely stick with. I would like to touch on a few points. Number one, it does take time for your cats to adjust to this cat box. Don't expect them to jump into it right away. It will take some time for them to get used to it. Unfortunately for Calvin, that was about 2 weeks after we got back from our 1 week vacation. I'd say it was close about 3 to 4 weeks in when we started noticing that of 4 cats that 1 or 2 of them were starting to use it. And of course, this cat box here, we have approximately 4, maybe 5 cats that use it. You do have to change out the bag for the waste bag about once a week. You do have to maintain the level of the kitty litter. Typically, I'll put in a half of one whenever I'm filling it all the way up the first time, and then it usually I'll top it off, for 2 more weeks after that. So I'd say go about 3 weeks with the 1 tub of kitty litter just fine. But I will tell you that it has taken a huge load off of having to clean the regular cat box, so it was definitely worth the investment. I am extremely pleased it has lasted like it has, and at the moment I don't see any issues right away coming up with it. It just works. All I have to do is just keep an eye on that waste bin and change it out when I need to. It will stay in the closed position when it is completely full, so none of the cats can use it until you actually change that out. Or if you're in a really big rush and you don't have time until that night, go over there and just pull the bin, just give it a quick little shake, push it back in. It'll open back up, and you're good until that evening typically. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will catch you in the next one.